There are a lot of exchanges out there, and you have to be careful. I've been doing this for 8 years. I've seen it all. They all approach me. There are a few that I link below my video. I like to trade in all my videos. This is what I do. So if you click show more, you see Bitunix, BingX, BitGet, MargX. These are great. I'm going to do a full walkthrough for you on the Bitunix exchange, beginner or advanced, it doesn't matter. I'm going to cover everything, but this one, Weeks Exchange, stay away from them. They literally took my money. This is a bad exchange. If you are approached by this exchange, stay away. It's the worst thing I've seen in crypto. It looks like they tried to copy this, which is BingX. This is a great exchange, but you need to use a VPN, okay? But they have a ton, and I link this below. It's safe, and it's been around for years. Same thing as Fibit, same thing as MargX. But today, we're going to talk about Bitunix. This exchange has been around for a couple of years. Never had a problem. Instant withdrawals. Nobody has complained about them. And you know what was really sketchy about this WEX exchange? Was ridiculous leverage, 400%. Something was just off. So here on Bitunix, I'm going to walk you through. Let's say you want to sign up. You're brand new. You don't need a VPN. You don't need anything. Oh, and there's something here. They give away money when you sign up. Depends on your deposit, whatever. The easiest way to sign in, I like to sign up with either a Google ID or your Facebook or Apple ID or even with X, right? So you can do that. So let's do sign up. So again, you can choose a Google ID and just log in with that all the time. Same thing with Apple. Here, all they want is an email address. You don't even have to give them your phone number and a password, okay? That is it. You just click my link and now you're in. I'm going to give you tons of pro tips in this video. Like this, when you use 2FA, okay, make sure you take the picture of that QR code with 2 phones. Yeah, if you can't do it with 2 phones, what you want to do is save it as a JPEG image. Let's go ahead and log in. Save it as a JPEG image on your desktop. This way you will never get locked out of your account, even if your phone, okay, goes on the brink and it runs for an escape and it malfunctions. So let's continue. That's a really good tip. If you're still here and that was new to you, say, hey, thanks for the lesson. I like to teach people. So yeah, 2FA, take the picture of that QR code with 2 phones. You know, a lot of people trade in their old phone. I like to keep it as a backup, a duplicate, a clone of everything. That's how I roll. Same thing with laptops. All right, let's look at the initial thing. What do we have up here? Buy crypto. I've never done that here. Markets, I don't know. Opportunities and marketplace, very interesting to read when you have free time. Futures and spot, that's what we care about. Futures is where we trade with leverage. I'm going to show you exact leverage to use in this environment and everything. Here, spot is where people usually go to turn one crypto into another. It's called a spot exchange. And it's really simple. You do market order. If you wanted to sell something, you know, you sell it, whatever, green, red. But why do all that? What if you had a bunch of stupid altcoins and you wanted to just turn them into USDT to trade with? I love USDT. It is the fastest. It's the easiest to trade with. Ooh, Bitcoin's going to break under 94,000. Look at that. Let's continue on. So forget about spot. They have a conversion feature. Look at this. You can convert. Like I have $1,400 here in USDT. I don't want to convert that to Bitcoin or anything, but you can convert it to whatever you want. And you can convert whatever you have, okay? I think there's a little list here, into any of those main cryptos. So, my money right now, let's take a look. There's $1,400 here, just to show you guys. But it's in the spot wallet. Let me teach you the difference. Spot is where you deposit and withdraw to. Transfer, nobody shows you this, is where you have to transfer your money in order to go up here to futures to trade. If you deposit USDT, you could skip this whole step. It will automatically be in your futures wallet and you would see it right over here. Okay, you would see it here in your balance right there. Now, let's say that you had to transfer zero balance, come up here to your wallet, click on the dollar amount. This happens to be in my spot account. So I am going to do transfer. This is a very important step nobody teaches you. From spot to trading area, the future. When you want to withdraw, your money and your winnings are going to be in the futures area. You can't withdraw from there. You must go back to this. You must go back to spot. And this switches it back and forth. So, you want to go from futures to spot to withdraw, from spot to futures in order to trade. So I'm going to put all of it over in the futures section here. Very, very simple. Now, you can see it's moved to futures, but more importantly, all of this stuff, task, center, campaign, I ignore all of this. Copy to earn, I don't even know what it is. I like to keep it simple. Spot, you're going to use the conversion feature. When you deposit, if it's USDT, it goes straight here to futures. If not, then here, right here. There it is. Okay, super simple, and we broke 94,000, exactly like I taught you. So for today, I'm going to keep this short. I want you to just fully understand about the transfer feature and between futures and spot, okay? Now, I'm going to do continued lessons in this. Make sure they don't unsubscribe you. I'm going to go into next leverage really quick. You know what? Let's go into what's more important. Depositing and withdrawing. Click on your wallet to deposit. Okay, so you're back here. You see, you're going to click the deposit button. Now, I use an Exodus wallet, which you can download for free from the Play Store or whatever, or on your computer. I like to use one of these. It's really simple, okay? Most of you probably have this already. You can put it on your phone. And you use this between the exchange and where you cash out. This is your temporary wallet in your pocket. I don't have a link for it below, but under my videos, you'll see links for many other great things like Kraken. Oh, it's totally better than Coinbase. You have no idea. And then if you want to get into stocks and crypto, there's Webull. And there's a couple other things down here. But Bitunix is my absolute favorite. I've been crushing it on this exchange for 2 years. So, all right. This is a tricky one if you're going to use your phone. You see this black background? Sometimes my phone can't read the QR code. Here's a little pro tip. Come over here and do light mode. Then pick your currency of choice, or you can deposit anything. You got ADA, you want to turn it into a lot of Bitcoin, convert it to USDT and trade it. Send it all up here. Whatever you got, send it here. And then use the spot conversion feature to convert it where you can trade it. These are just ones that I've done recently. You're going to select your network, which is usually Ethereum, and the QR code will pop up. Boom, scan it in. Now, I'm not going to go into speed on your phone because there's a slider button, right? I don't have an Exodus in front of me. We can save that for the next one, but you want to slide your Exodus speed to maximum fee, and it'll get here fast. USDT shows up at Bitunix really fast. So these are the basics. This has been about 8 minutes so far. I really wanted to teach you how to move your money back and forth. Okay, in my next video, let's go back to dark mode. In my next video, I'm going to show you exactly when to trade and when not to trade. And if you have suggestions down below, okay, on how to go into deep dive in this exchange, I'll be more than happy to make a video on your questions, because it's a great exchange, but if you don't use it properly, you're going to get liquidated. There are things like wallet management, cross versus isolated leverage, which are very different. Cross is great, uses your whole wallet to protect you. My simple formula is I send to the exchange the amount that I want to trade with. Let's say $10,000. I would put a little less than half in the trade, and I would put it in pieces. If I wanted to put 5,000 out of 10,000 in the trade, I'd put 1,500 on cross at about, depends, you could be between 44x and 50x, okay? Or 44 and 73. This one is if you want to go long. This one is if you want to short. Now, in this volatility, you don't want to be crazy leverages. That's why, again, there's something really sketchy about this exchange weeks offering 400%, and then my account disappears. That was disgusting and terrible. But anyway, let's get back to where we were on Bitunix. So, oh my God, I lost my place. So many windows open. Here we are. So, proper leverage around $100,000 Bitcoin is, I would say, from 70 to 44. Again, this is my formula, from 70 to about 44. You pick. This one is going to give you a much wider space between you and the liquidation point. Ideally, you want to try to have a couple of $1,000. Okay, $2,000 is great. Helps you survive most pumps and everything else. I don't mean $2,000 in the trade. Okay, I mean a gap of $2,000. Let me take a quick look here. Oh, this is shorting, brutally shorting. Trying to come back up. Let me show you how I would put in. Let's say I wanted to short 94,000. I would take about half my wallet. Let's say $700 in this case. 700. Okay. I hate shorting this time of morning. All right, I'm just going to show you the formula. Half my wallet on cross, so it's going to use my whole wallet. Isolated, if I just put $500, I could only risk $500. Okay, I like cross much better than isolated, but there are times for each, and there are tricks for each. In my next video, I'll go deep into leverage, okay, and the benefits of each, because nobody taught me in the beginning. So I want to short, open short. Now look, right there. All right, so I dropped half of my money in the trade. I am on cross here. I am on 73x because I'm short. So let's go down to the bottom. Now, let's take a look. There is $2,000 between me. Look, here's market price, 94.05, and the liquidation, which is estimated because it floats based on your wallet size and the percentage you put in the trade. It would have to go up 2,000 right over the whole number of $96,000, and in that coordinate. That's a big gap. That's the kind of gap you use. So the formula is a little less than half your wallet, and you pick the leverage. If you picked 44, you have the bigger gap, but then it's going to move very slowly. Anyway, I'll go into this more in my next video. I'm going to make this a series, so make sure that YouTube has not unsubscribed you. The one, the only, the legendary, the Oracle. Now, if we take another look at one other thing. You got a little speedometer here, down 14%. You see that? That has to go all the way to 100% if you're going to get liquidated. I don't like being short this time of morning because there's something called AM pumps. But I'm trading over the whole number and looking at direction. See the pump? Looking at direction. Short, but weakening. Anyway, I will leave a link below. Everyone have a phenomenal day. I hope you found this helpful. And in the comments, post what you need help on this great exchange. This is not a good time to go short, but I wanted to show you the example of how it works. Your balance will fluctuate as it's like AI on cross leverage to protect your trade. Okay, and it'll move like elasticity. Now, if you see you're down slightly, you can't panic. You have to remember, this has to go to a higher number than it's been all week long. Not 95,100, 96,200. There are really no institutional buyers on a day like today, on a Saturday, but there's hopium, FOMO in the air. Before I wrap this up, I want to give you the target zone. You always want to increase your wallet, okay, as you go along. So in order to increase your wallet, you want to shoot, you don't want to take an 8 or 9% win, okay? And look, at 73%, it seems calm, okay? You're far from liquidation. Even if you're down 70%, you won't be liquidated. It needs to get near that number. And this gauge will go all the way up. You need to control your emotions as you trade. I'm going to do a series, and I'm going to cap it off with an interview from one of the managers at Bitunix. That's never been done before. I haven't had time to do it yet, but they've offered. When do you get out of the trade? You got to get in the profit zone. You got to cover fees, slippage, everything. And don't worry about fees. Never step over $100 bills to pick up pennies, okay? You want to be 20 to 30%. Then you're in the kill zone for a win. That's the ideal number. So chill and don't fall into the time paradox. Don't keep staring at this 3-minute chart. It's okay to walk away. Have your phone in your hand, open the Coinbase 1-hour chart, and just check the price every once in a while. When you see it dumps down to 93,888, run to your computer and take your money. Then set up and do it again. You can learn a lot more about this in my free Discord, which is also linked below the video. And I'm going to upload this one right now, and all the links will be there. Hopefully I'll see you inside the Oracle Elite Crypto Discord. That's free. There's nothing like it. Have a great day, everyone.